I'm Philip Clark, Farmers Weekly's economics editor, and I'm here to talk about the world dairy market. As some of you may have noticed, milk prices in Northern Ireland have taken a battering of late, reflecting much of what is going on in the wider global market. 12 months ago, the dairy market was in the ascendancy. The world supply of milk was tight. Stocks of things like cheese, butter and skim milk powder were low. And demand in countries like China and India was strong. But that has now all changed. The global financial crisis has led to a slump in demand, while milk supplies and stocks of dairy products have recovered, especially in New Zealand. The melamine crisis in China, where a number of infants perished due to the contamination of milk powder, has also damaged demand in that part of the world. And without refunds, which used to support milk values to the tune of about 8p a litre, but which were then removed by the European Commission last year, EU dairy products are having to compete in the world market unsupported. This has all combined to bring down international prices and to bring them down sharply. For example, the value of whole milk powder auctioned by Fonterra in New Zealand has dropped 35% since July. And in the US, skim milk powder is now flowing into government purchase schemes. Closer to home, EU butter is currently trading at about £1,800 a tonne, which is a 10-year low, and skim milk powder is quoted at £13.50. At these values, both butter and powder would normally be heading into EU intervention stores. But as a result of the last EU reforms, this outlet is currently closed, leaving the open market as the only option. Almost inevitably, given its greater dependence on export markets and its more limited liquid market, the pressure has now hit values in Northern Ireland. At its milk auction in late October, United Dairy Farmers, which controls the bulk of supplies in the province, made just 18p a litre for milk sold on 1- and 3-month contracts. This was fully 7p a litre less than at the previous sale in September and 14p per litre less than at the same sale last year. While this will take a while to work through to milk checks, it's a very worrying sign that for Northern Ireland's dairy farmers, especially as production costs are still rising. The Ulster Farmers Union reckons milk producers could be losing on average 6 to 7p a litre as we move into the winter. And this, of course, begs the question, what will it all mean for dairy farmers in the rest of the UK? In recent years, it's often been the case that when milk prices in Northern Ireland move, either up or down, prices in the GB mainland tend to follow. But industry analysts are confident that this should not be the case this time. Great Britain is in a pretty unique position at the moment, with milk still in very short supply and demand holding up well. Recent estimates suggest the country as a whole could end up around 1.5 billion litres below quota this milk year. And with the all-important liquid market to be served, processors are still keen to preserve their supply base. This has resulted in recent price rises for some dairy farmers, a trend that was started by Tesco in early September and followed by other milk buyers, including Dairy Crest, which this week put on another 0.5p a litre for its suppliers. There is, of course, the option of imports, and already the country is seeing liquid milk coming in from abroad. But it's not enough to swamp the market. There is also a threat from cheese, where prices are falling on the continent, and some British retailers have been offering discounts on imported product in a quest to tempt shoppers. But many supermarkets have also made a virtue of the fact that they are keen to major on British cheese, and there is hope that they will stand by that. On balance, then, there is good reason to remain cautiously optimistic about milk price prospects for the foreseeable future in Great Britain. With input costs still climbing, dairy farmers the length and breadth of the country are certainly going to need it.